All right, so good afternoon, everybody. So you can see that I went ahead and I finished up all my stitching for all of my signatures. So I've gotten all the way to purple and I just have my back cover left. So I came out through the purple last and I didn't unstitch everything. So I went out through the purple last, so I haven't looped anything yet. So since I went out through the purple, just like regular, I'm going to loop in between the green and the blue. I'm going to pull it tight. Now I got to add on my back, right? So I pulled the back and I make sure that the inside of the back is on the inside, the outside's on the outside. I'm going to open it up just a little bit. I'm going to stick my needle down from the outside through the hole. And I'm going to pull it off to the left, because we always want to pull it the same direction, right? And I kind of pulled it tight right there. So now the thread right now is in between the purple and the black, right? Okay, well now I gotta loop it again, okay? So I'm gonna go and just like regular, like before, we're gonna loop in between the last two signatures. So the last two signatures is the blue and the purple on this one. So I'm gonna go from the outside, from the right-hand side, and I'm gonna go underneath this little loop right here, and I'm gonna come up in between the blue and the purple. Whoops, I think I bumped the camera. Oh well, I know, like I said, there's so much stuff right here. Okay. So now I have that loop. So now it's coming out in between the blue and the purple. Well, where's it going to go now? What are we going to do now? We're actually going to go back into the purple. So I'm going to open my purple up. I'm going to use my needle to kind of shove all that stuff out of the way. And I'm going to force my needle back into that purple signature. But you're like, but wait, there's already stitching inside this purple signature. Yep, I know. So I looped it through and I made it go through that purple signature again. And I checked it to make sure that it's not too loose, not too tight, and it's pretty okay. But yeah, since it's the last one, we're going to double stitch this one. So this one's just going to end up with two threads on the inside, but it's the back, so it's okay. So you're going to go out through the next hole. And then you're going to open it just a little bit. You're going to go down through the cover and pull it out to the left. Now, this is the part where it tends to start getting looped on things. And you're like, hey, wait, what is, it's like you got to make sure that you're checking your thread and that it's not getting looped. Now you saw I just pulled it up because I went to the left and there's all this empty space. I can just pull it through. And now I'm going to loop in between the purple and the blue again, right? So I'm going to go down on the right-hand side. Let me open that. So down on the right-hand side. And then I'm going to go up from the middle on the left-hand side in between the blue and the purple. Ooh, I have a little drawer on my table and my thread keeps getting caught on the knob. It's kind of crazy. I've never had that happen before. Of course, I've never tried to do this right here before. Okay, so I looped it around and now I gotta go back in that purple. So I'm shoving all this stuff out of the way with my needle and I'm going back inside into the purple. And then it's the same process all the way across. So I'm gonna go from the inside to the outside. I'm gonna go down through the outside of the cover and off to the left. So that way I can just pull it up, right? And then I'm going to go in between the purple and the blue. Now, if you need to, you can kind of flip it and make sure that you're in the right spot. That's okay. Oop, that was the light. So that's okay if you need to do that. Okay. So I looped it and now I'm going to go back inside the purple again. So down through the purple. Now this one's a little bit harder if you're more likely to go through a thread because there's more threads in here. But just be careful and try really hard not to. And if you end up doing it, you might need to take the needle out a couple times just to kind of like pull it back and try it again. But as long as it's, you know, just do your best. Okay. All right. So I got it back to the outside again. Now I'm going to go down through the cover and to the left. Then I'm going to pull it up so it's in between. And as you already know, we're going to go down in between the blue and the purple again. So in between the blue and the purple, we're going to go down on the right hand side and then up through on the left hand side. Whoop, I bumped the thing again. That's okay. We're going to go down into the purple. Okay, now this last one, this is the last one, right? So we're going to still do that same thing. We're going to go back to the outside. Wink. We're going to go back to the outside. We're going to go down through the cover and to the left. Wink. I'm going to pull that kind of up. I got latched on the outside here. Wink. Okay, so I pulled it up through there, right? I'm going to loop it between the blue and the purple again. And I'm going to go back inside the purple again. Okay, now I'm going to check it, make sure. Now this is the last little bit, right? So we're out of signatures, we're out of covers. This is the last thing. So we need to tie it off. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle, you're going to go underneath this little thread right here. So that makes a loop on this side, right? I'll make the loop a little smaller. So it makes a loop on this side. You're going to take your needle and you're going to go through the loop. So we're basically tying a knot, right? So we're tying a knot, but we're including this little line right here, and you're going to pull it tight. Now I like to do 2 knots just because, like, especially like this thread that I'm using this time is a little bit slippery. The stuff I usually use in class is not slippery, but I just want to make sure that it's going to stay in there good. So I do a double knot, and then I use a pair of scissors and just go squoosh. All right, now if I want to, now we're all done. And if I want to, I can go back in and I can trim this one a little bit more, that's fine. But now you can see that we've stitched all the way through. It doesn't, if I hold it, it doesn't fall apart, right? It looks really nice. It's got that little braid which goes through it. And like I said, the outsides are going to be a little bit different, but it looks really cool, right? And when you're using it and you're going through, like, you won't see the stitching. You'll only see the stitching once you get to that very center, and in between the signatures, you'll see a little bit of stitching. But because of how we did this, your sketchbook is always going to sit flat, which can be really nice for drawing. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks, everybody.